Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit here on MAV TV, talking sprint car racing, and we love when we get a chance to talk with this guy. Joins us on the Hercules Tire Hotline. He drives the Hercules Tires car. Greg Wilson is on the line. Hello, Greg. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Well, always great to talk to you, Greg. And we chatted a little bit before we come on the air. We understand that this World of Outlaw deal is pretty tough and tumble road over there. From a statistics standpoint, where you're at now, where you were at last year, your second full season on the tour, how have things been for you? What's the upside that you have from this year?
Well, I mean, you know, we've still had an up and down year, and you know, I'd like to get like if we've talked, I'd love to get some of that consistency part handled. But you know, statistically, you know, we've had twice as many top 10, same with the top 5s, and been in the hunt to win some races. You know, so the problem is there's just so many darn good cars and teams that are following this thing, and you know, and the teams that have come out and added to it this year are experienced and competitive teams. And like I said, as we talked off air there a little bit, it's just real competitive. And you know, then you throw the guys that depending on where you're at in the country, and you know, there's usually maybe 5 to 10 more guys that you know, could win an outlaw show on any given night. You know, Brownie, Madsen, you know, back east you got Kreitz and Zierfoss, and I mean, I'm missing some names, but you can get my point. And you know, you go to California, and when you start adding that in, I mean, it's probably one of the most competitive seasons on the outlaw tour as far as, you know, guys that can win, run top 10, and all that. And you know, it's just tough. I mean, we're still a relatively new team, and we're trying to create a book, notes, and be better at places. And then, you know, you throw in things like, you know, things that you do within the team, equipment-wise, and you think you're making your program better, and, you know, you think that you're going the right direction, and then some things get changed when you don't really know what's going on. And, you know, first you get told that it's not changed, and then you find out that things that have been changed, and you start adding all those things up, and then you get behind. And for our team, it's a little tougher to recover from that because, you know, there's basically me, my wife, and kids, and 1 or 2 guys most of the time. And, you know, it just makes it a little harder. But, hey, I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing. I got great people with Hercules, Ohio Logistics, D&C Hydraulics, and Gear Alloy, Weichel Sportswear, all those people that make it possible for me. And they believe in what we're doing, and we work really hard on that side of things too. And I'll tell you one thing, it makes our schedule busy.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, Greg, if it makes you feel any better, we had Ricky Stenhouse in studio last week, and he said the exact same thing, that this year has really been tough with the competitive side of things with the World of Outlaws. You mentioned Hercules Tires, and I want to talk about that because your situation with them is really unique in the sense that, yeah, you race, they're your sponsor, but you also get to travel the country and make the stops at these tire shops all across the country. What's it like getting out there, you know, getting to hang out at the tire shops, meet the race fans in the different areas that you're going to, and being partners with Hercules?
Well, you know, as we talked before, I mean, I think that's so critical. You know, you have to develop a relationship in any company, especially in today's age. I think you got to show some kind of return to them. And the only way for us to do that is not only what we do at the racetrack. A lot of it's what we do away from the racetrack, just making people aware of Hercules Tires and trying to work and learn and do a better job representing them at the track and away from it. And very fortunate from my side of things and our team side of things that, you know, we got hooked up with a company that understands that it's a progression thing, and you have to work towards things. And you know, we've learned from Hercules Tires standpoint, I guess I'm kind of speaking for them, and our teams, we've learned to work together and grow and get the most out of it that we can. And you know, it's helped probably both of us tremendously doing it the way we've done it. And you know, hopefully we're fortunate enough to that we've done a good job and get to stay involved with great companies like that for a long time.
Wonderful people, they really are. And Greg is traveling America, one tire store at a time, seeing the entire country. We need to step away. More with Greg Wilson coming up in just a moment. Welcome back. We are having a great time, and we're glad you joined us here on Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV. On the Hercules Tire Hotline is Greg Wilson, driver of that Hercules Tire car. And Greg, one of the other things we've talked a lot over the course of history about your passion for racing and what you're doing, and we just talked before the break about your partnership in one tire store in America. I think just the coolest thing in the world is your daughters are traveling with you. Your wife, of course, travels with you along the way. You've got new uncles for the kids like Jason Sides, which is a scary thought. But the community, the family, how has this second season been as far as the family road trip?
It's been a lot. Been a lot better this year. Because the simple things of like knowing where you're going, where to park the rig, things that we can look at and do that maybe we didn't get to do the first year, and we've tried to do a little bit more of that and be more prepared. We're more prepared from the racing side, so it allows you to have a little bit of free time, especially early on in the year and here a little later in the year. But it's so cool. I mean, like last weekend in Oklahoma, we were parked beside the two car, and Shane and Jen and Nixon was there, Shane's little daughter. And Livy and her and Lily played, and they were jump roping. There was other kids there, and maybe there are some times that I know it does. It gets a little rough, and it makes it hard to race and do all these things. But for me, for my situation, at the end of the day, that's how it's going to be. And to see that and to see those kids playing, and there are a lot worse things that these kids could be doing in today's world, even at their age, and I'm thankful that I've been blessed with these opportunities, and I get to have my family with me. There's nothing like it.
Absolutely incredible. I truly enjoy following along with you on Twitter. There was one really good tweet. You said that Lily, she got to learn her history lesson. They were actually at Mount Rushmore. So things like that are absolutely incredible, and you'll never be able to teach those. Kids only get to see that stuff from a history book, and the fact that you guys are out there doing that kind of thing. But I do have to ask one tweet. You guys crashed a 1979 class reunion. The girls, too.
What?
I've got to hear this story.
Did that. We absolutely done that. I like to dance, okay? And I'm awful at dancing, but I'll have a couple cocktails, and I like to dance. I like to dance with my wife because she's good at it. And so we were actually walking by this, and we've passed this on to our girls, and there's nobody in this motel, and we're walking down the hallway, and all this music, and it's dancing music for sure, right? Well, the girls start dancing in the hallway, and the doors are open. Well, the next thing I know, a couple women come out and asked if they could take the girls in and let them dance because everybody was bored. They all had grandkids and stuff. They wanted kids. Here are these people that they were just sitting around not talking to each other, like probably any class reunion. I've never been to one because we're always racing. But long and the short of it, next thing you know, we're all in there. We ended up, and there's probably 40 people there, and probably 35 of them ended up all out on the dance floor. We had one hell of a time, and it was so cool. And they just kept thanking us, and they were all hugging the girls. I mean, as a parent, it was so much fun because just you can't even draw it up. You couldn't script this to play out like it did, but that really happened. I mean that's a story that is true. And yeah, we crashed it. It was like wedding crashers, but it was a family wedding crashers, and it was all because the two girls were out dancing in the hallway.
My God.
That is great.
That is a story that nobody else gets to do. No. I'm telling you, that is fantastic. Greg, before we wrap up with you, got a few more races left here this weekend. World Finals are next weekend at Charlotte. Just as I'm sure breathing a little bit is probably on the agenda, but any plans off season, or is it just staying home? Is that the plan for the off season?
As of right now, I mean, we're working a lot on figuring out stuff for our race equipment a lot earlier than what I did last year, and we've actually got to make some changes here late in the year. Some of it's worked, some of it hasn't worked so well, but that part of it heading into the off season, I'm pretty excited because I think we know the direction that we need to go on a few things, and I think it'll really help. And with only a few races left, it kind of stinks, but excited to get to Charlotte, excited to get the season done. We're going to have a lot of Hercules people on Saturday night, and so thankful for that. at Charlotte, and we've tended to run pretty good there. So excited to get through the year and looking forward to the future, into next season. Just a lot of work ahead of us and working to get better.
Working to get better. Boy, it is a project, that's for sure. And I'm telling you what, we've had so much fun along for the ride. I love the reunion crashers. I think that's the greatest stories we've had here out of Wing Nation. I'm not surprised it comes from you and your family, Greg. We love your great journey, your road trip, your passion for the racing, and we know the success will continue to grow and to improve as you go along the way. Thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation, as always.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for what you do for our sport, as always, and our partners at Hercules, Tyler. And, real quick, the cool part about that deal with the crash in the party, the funny thing is when those things happen, when you tell somebody, I swear they look at you like you're BSing, like it really didn't happen. But it's so cool that I know and my family knows that really happened, and only in sprint car racing.
Only in sprint car. Well, I'll tell you what, your two daughters could
They're
go into
awesome.
any
That's
situation
right.
and open up the conversation. That doesn't surprise me at all. Thanks again, Greg.
Yep, thank you.
There we go. Greg Wilson joining us
Love
here.
it.
What a story.
And those girls, they truly are phenomenal.
Oh, my gosh. Those stories.
Absolutely
Oh,
fun.
those girls are great. Hey, we need to step away. Our Tweet Your Seat tweets of the week are coming up next.